And that'll be coming momentarily. It will be followed by 3 short blasts as well. Too much sun or too much wind, feel free to use that inner part of the galley so that you can, get out of the sun or out of the wind. There's also seating alongside the bottom as well, and in the front by the pulpit. If you have small children, you are welcome to hold them, but it must be at waist level and not on the shoulders, again, for safety purposes. And last rule, this is a smoke and vape-free vessel, so we do appreciate your compliance with that for us. Now we are going to head out of Plymouth, the inner part of the harbor. We're going to make our way around in this S-shaped channel, and we're going to head to the outer part of Plymouth Harbor and into greater Cape Cod Bay. But it's going to take us a few minutes to do that. So I'll just point out a few things as we go along the way. On your right-hand side, the Mayflower II. That is a replica of the original Mayflower. However, it is said to be a very faithful replica. They only changed 2 things, and they even built it the same way that shipbuilders built in the 1600s. And so they actually added electricity to it, and they changed the ladder in the back to a staircase because it is now a living museum. They have even people that are living actors on board that dress and play the parts of some of the English settlers that were on board the Mayflower, so you can learn more about their history. You can also package it with the Plymouth Pawtuxet Museums, which is a really neat way to see how the English settlers settled here, how they got along with the natives that were here in the area. Most people don't realize that they actually lived quite harmoniously. Well, I wouldn't say they were friends, but there definitely wasn't too much tension until about 50 years after the Pilgrims settled here. Sailing school over here on the right. People that are learning how to sail. I love those little boats, they're so cute.
Coming up alongside the Pilgrim Bell.
So now as we round this corner, coming up on the left-hand side, there's going to be a lighthouse. That lighthouse's official name is the Duxbury Pier Lighthouse. But if you talk to anybody that's from or around Plymouth, they're going to call it Bug Light. Now that's because this lighthouse was put in place because of all the rocky shoals that are in the area. There was a lot of ships becoming shipwrecked here because Plymouth Harbor is so shallow and you can't really see the rocky shoals from the surface. So they put this lighthouse in here, and all of those rocky shoals are perfect habitat for lobster. And for those of you that know, you know that mariners call lobsters bugs. And so lots of rocky shoals, lots of lobsters, lots of bugs, and then you have Bug Light. It does have 4 levels inside. There used to be someone that lived in there for many years. Over the years, there was many people that lived in there. But it went automated back in the 1960s. And it went on to solar power back in the 1980s to whale watch them. So it's okay that we're not going to see them today, or we most likely won't see them today. You never know. And then we have sei whales that visit our waters. They are considered a medium-sized whale at about 45 feet in length, and they are very fast and they're very unpredictable in their movement. And they're pretty flat. And they have a dorsal and a caudal fin that make it just as tall as it is long. It looks kind of like a big dinner plate floating along there.
Wow, beautiful. It's so close to us.
Crazy. That whale's just at the surface at 9 o'clock, about to come take a breath after all that activity. Now, we don't know exactly why these whales do some of these behaviors. It could be for communication. As you notice, it does make a very loud sound when they slap that tail fluke on the surface of the water. An average size humpback whale gets to be about 45 or 55 feet in length. And so their tail flukes can be up to like 18 feet long. This looks like a bit of a smaller animal. So you can see this little bubble ring right here at 1 o'clock. That whale just blew air out of its blowholes and created what's called a bubble cloud. This is one of their methods for feeding. Now, when a whale's by itself and it wants to feed, it will blow air out of its blowholes, making that bubble cloud with no kind of space in the middle, and it tends to scare the fish into a tighter ball. Because humpback whales are baleen whales, and all baleen whales are gulp feeders, which means they take in a bunch of water and fish at the same time, and then they sieve the water out through those baleen plates, and the fish gather up on the inside of the baleen plates on this fringe that's inside there, and then they can use their tongue. Once all the water's gone, they'll use their tongue to push that fish down their throat so they can swallow it. This is one of the methods our whales use for solo feeding, so we call it solo bubble cloud feeding. Our whales also participate in kick feeding out here. We're the only population in the entire world that is known to kick feed, which means that bobtailing that you guys saw a little while ago, they'll do that quite often. We're getting a nice fluke shot here.
Wow.
They actually, on their chin, they have what's called ventral pleats, and these ventral pleats expand so that their mouth can get real wide. So when they gulp the fish with the water, they can take in thousands of pounds or thousands of gallons of water at a time. And then they'll sieve, like I said, that they have the baleen plates. Those baleen plates hang from their upper jaw, and they run parallel to each other, and it acts like a strainer. So on the inside of the baleen plates is a fringe. And so they'll take all that water and fish in at once, and because they're mammals, they can't drink the salt water, so they have to get rid of it. And so they will push those ventral pleats back into place, and that forces the water out through the baleen plates. And then once the water's gone, they can, like I said, use their tongue to take that fish and push it down their throat. Now, fun fact about humpback whales and most baleen whales, their throats are only the size of a grapefruit. So they cannot swallow anything larger than a small fish. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of headed towards that bait at the surface. Scoping out maybe another possible feed area. Now, sometimes the whales will come together to feed as well, and they'll do cooperative feeding, where they all kind of blow bubble clouds and they make a net out of it that we call the bubble net. That's a really cool technique they have when they're together in groups. Surface of the water. There's at least 3 animals right here. It could definitely be communicating with the other whales something.
So if they're juveniles, they'll be whippersnapper, flipper swapper. Nice.
So the first one took a dive, and these other 2 are right here at the surface. We might get a dive out of the second one here. Oh, there it comes. And a third dive. That looks like a younger animal. That third one. It could be a mom and calf here. This calf was likely born between December and early March down in the breeding grounds of the Silverbank. And it is up here with mom. Now, when they're first born, because there's nothing for the whales to eat down in their breeding grounds, the calf will exclusively nurse off of mom. And a couple of cool fun facts about like whale nursing is that moms have milk that's about 50% milk fat. So if you think of that's that little calf. Oh, gonna do a little tail lob there on its way down. The highest milk that we drink is 4%, which is whole milk. All right, calf's gonna upstage me, so we're gonna show how to do it.
It's showing off to us.
Amazing. Amazing.
Looks like another animal just popped up right here at 2 o'clock, right next to the boat. That's another calf.
It's a show off.
Looks like we got a couple of calves here.
It's a show off. Who's gonna win?
Which side of the boat we gotta look at, guys? We're gonna get our exercise today running back and forth. Because now the one at 11, 10 o'clock has started back up again. This animal is upside down, lobtailing. We call that inverted lobtailing. There's a good chance that the one that was at 2 o'clock went under the boat. So we are sitting here with our engines in neutral. So there's absolutely no chance of this whale being injured by us. We're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the left side of the boat to see if this animal comes up. And it's probably gonna make a liar out of me and come up on the right side. So some of you guys keep a lookout over there.
Wait, there's two of them. Oh, it's waving. It's waving. Hello.
It's so fun to watch the calves play around. Oh, I heard that. Come back on this side. Right at 2 o'clock. Now there's another one at 3 o'clock just next to the boat. We're being surrounded. We're being mugged, guys. We cannot move right now because these whales are way too close to our boat. That one at 3 o'clock's coming up to say hi. See those tubercles now? Now you've gotten a real close look at their faces. You see all those little bumps? Those are the tubercles we were talking about. Now the one at 12 o'clock, there's two at 12 o'clock now. 3 at 12 o'clock now.
Whoa.
See, we have four animals in this area right now. Looks like probably 2 mom and calf pairs. Oh yeah, we see 2 moms now. There's a whole lot going on right now. I love it. There's no better mugging than a whale mugging. At least they don't take your money. Oh my goodness. We're not moving, but we also don't know where to look. I'm getting my exercise up here, that's for sure. All right, we're gonna dive.
I think it's under the boat. Oh, I'm actually scared that it's
right up next to us.
Caught that this time.
Wow, he's right next to us. Going under the float. Oh, he's right there. Look at that. Wow.
Holy mackerel!
Look at this one. So big.
Whoa!
Oh, I think I
Oh,
got
the
it.
cap's having a heyday out there.
Someone's having fun.
Now, nobody really knows why whales breach. There is obviously a couple theories, and it's kind of the same with the other behaviors that we see. The top theory is communication. When you launch your body out of the water and you're up to 80,000 pounds, that's going to make a lot of noise. So you could actually be speaking without speaking or vocalizing to other whales in the area. Also, again, for exfoliation or parasite ridding behavior, you know, when you slam your body on the surface of the water, there's a good chance you're going to loosen up some of those barnacles. That you have the better trick. But definitely check out our social media pages. I will be posting some videos and we'll be sending pictures to our social media person. And sometimes they post highlights of our trip. And if they're going to highlight a trip today, it's going to be this afternoon. So you're welcome to check them out, and you're welcome to make a post yourself or tag along on one of our posts and tell everybody how awesome it was. And you got more bragging rights there. If you're in the area and you're looking for something else to do, Captain John Boat does offer other services. We have deep sea fishing. We have a ferry to Provincetown, so if you'd like to check out the very tip of Cape Cod, you can jump on a boat and head over there for the few hours during the day, and then you just get to jump back on the boat to come back. We also have our Pilgrim Bell that's parked coming up on your left. There's a Mississippi-style paddle boat, and it does actually run by that paddle. They do harbor cruises throughout the day, and they also do sunset cruises at night, as well as theme nights like trivia and Jimmy Buffett night. So definitely check out our social media pages to see what upcoming events are coming. Now, if you do visit our gift shop,